Okay. All right. So given x squared plus 4x plus 3, I want you to plot some points. So naturally, I'm going to pick this, say -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. If you want to pick more, you can. Maybe I'll pick one more, say -5. When x equal -5, well, let's see, what x equals 0, what's y equal? 3, right? 0, 0, gone, gone, so 3. But I don't want to do this by hand. I'm going to show you how to do on your graphing calculator. So let's go get your graphing calculator out. Clear that. Clear that as well. Y equal x squared. What was that? I forgot. It was x squared. X squared plus 4x plus 3. You can hit the graph right away. But let's plot some point. In order to plot some point, you need to go to table. So you see above graph, say the blue word, say table. So second graph, it'll give you to table. Let me clear that out. Oops. Second graph. Let me delete those. Let me delete them. Let me delete them in the morning. Now, so I don't know how about your table set, but I want to input x and then it spit out y, right? So go to second window. In table set, second window. You're gonna put cursor over the ask for independent, and then put your cursor and then press enter, and then put your cursor over auto independent, press enter, and leave it like that for the rest of your life, right? Because you want to input x and then it'll tell you what y is. All right, go back to table, second table, -5, I got 8. What about -2? Oops, this is -5. Come on, -5. I gotta press enter, so it goes to the next cell. -2 is -1. -1, 0, 0 should be 3. 1, 2. I'm gonna stop right there. So 8, -1, 0, 3, 8, 15. What, -2 again? I keep forgetting. I'm not good to memorize stuff. -1, 0, 3, 8. -1, 0, 3, 8, and 15. Okay, so when x equal -5, y is 8. -5 and 8. When x equal -2, y is -1. 0 is 3. 1 is 8. I don't feel like, because I don't have 15, I'm going to skip that one somewhere above the graph. And then connect the dot. Heads up, try to make your graph a little bit curvy. Not like a sharp T. Okay. All right, so that's, oh, what happened? I didn't share. Oh. All right, so that's your graph. What kind of graph is that? What do we call it in 62? Parabola, right? What is my minimum point? What's the minimum points of this graph? This, right? Right bottom, right? So, so that's my minimum, and there's no maximum. So there's no hill, but I have a valley. So the bottom of the valley, that's my minimum. They also call it the vertex. And better yet, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna, because this is symmetric graph, I'm gonna have a line called the axis of symmetry. It's cut the graph into 2 even halves. In real life, when you graph it, you don't see this. But on the exam, when I ask you to graph it, it's easy. It's right there in the middle of the vertex. Now, I don't want you to plot point all the time. I'm going to show you how to graph this using the properties of function, quadratic function. Of course, you can always check your answer with a graphing calculator, but you still have to show me work. But before that, let's talk about this slide. So there are two types of quadratic graph. Either it's open up, concave up like that, or it concave down, open downward. When it opened up when a is positive. Let me remind you, it's ax squared plus bx plus c. So if the coefficient of x squared is positive, you have an open up graph. If a is negative, then you have an open downward graph. The axis of symmetry is split the graph into even halves. And the point right there is called vertex for both. Later, when you go to higher math, especially calculus, they call this is the global minimum or just minimum now. And then global maximum, I mean the highest point, right? There's a local min, local max. That's why they have global versus local. But this graph is only have one hill or one valley, so it's all global. But for this class, just say minimum, maximum. But I want you to use the word vertex, so not minimum and maximum. That's it. Property of quadratic function. The first one you already know. If a is positive, open upward. A is negative, open downward. Now, how do I calculate those minimum and maximum, the vertex or vertices, they call it? So here's a formula. This one right here, that's your x. And this right here, that's your y. X is negative b over 2a. Once you have x, all you do is plug in x into the function. You got y. Stop me as what time? Like 47. Stop me around 10, 11, 17. 11, 17. Yeah, 11, 17. Okay. Now, the axis of symmetry, because it's a whole line, and it's a vertical line, so it's gonna be x equal, right? And on the exam, I want you to write x equal. So once you have x, you know what axis of symmetry is. But a lot of students, they just kind of ignore x equal. They just give me a number. It just doesn't make sense. It's not even a point. A point has two coordinates. If you give me a number, that's 0. You gotta tell x. You gotta write x equals something. For y-intercept, set x equals 0. Makes sense, right? Y-intercept means you have no width. Right? So x is 0. For x-intercept, this have no height. Height is 0, so set y equals 0 and solve for x. Which one easier? Yeah.
For the vertex, why is there like an F in front of the y bar?
Oh, I mean f of x.
Yeah.
What's x?
X is negative b.
Yeah. So,
Oh, so
yeah, that's your x.
Okay.
Yeah, that's your x. Which one easier? Y-intercept or x-intercept? Which one easier? Which one would you rather do? Plug it in. Yeah, the y-intercept, right? It's x0. Is all I had to do is I know that's a constant. That's gone. So it's equal c, right? I can do it in my head. But for the x-intercept, you kind of set the whole thing equals 0. That means the whole thing equals 0, and then you solve quadratic equation. Okay, so let's do this one using the properties. Let's graph this one. Again, you can always check with your graphing calculator. Open up or open down? Down. Maybe come on. Oh, tell me it's out of battery. Let me see. Hang on. No, let's have a little bit, 16%. A is -2. That means it's less than 0. So open down. I'll do it like that. I don't have enough space, so I'm gonna do it like that. Vertex. Okay, so X is -b/2a. Yes, that's fine. All right, if I was you, I'll list it out. What's A, what's B? So A is -2, B is 2, and then C is -2. Then you plug it in. B is 2. A is -2. So a negative half, a positive half. How do I find Y? How do I find Y? According to the formula, how do I find Y? Yeah, you plug a 1/2 in, right? -u/2a is 1/2, so you plug it in, which is f of 1/2. I don't feel like doing on by. Maybe it's not too bad. You can use a calculator. I know it's easy, but just for the sake of practical, just to practice, I want to use a calculator. Okay, you can do by head, just in your head. It's not hard, but some other problem might be hard. So quit. Clear that. So is it -2? -2 times half, so 0.5 square. And then plus 2 times half again. I know it's easy, but, and then -2, is that correct? Oh, my bad. Second entry. Oh yeah, right here. Okay, right here. -3/2. You want fraction, go to math. The fourth one down from the left, math, and frac right there, hit enter twice, give you the fraction. Okay. But it doesn't matter. Maybe you like the decimal better. -3/2. So on the exam, you don't have to show me the little steps. Okay. Use calculator when you can. So what? -1/2 -3/2. I highlight it because I need it later. What is my axis of symmetry? What is the axis of symmetry? Half. X equal 1/2. That's what I'm talking about. People just give me 1/2, and it doesn't make any sense. It's just 1/2, right? X equal 1/2. That's a whole equation I'm talking about. X equal 1/2, and then x in. Let's do y intercept first. That's easy. Y int. We set x equals 0, so that's imply y is -2. So 0, -2, that's my another point. set y equals 0, that's imply negative 2x squared plus 2x minus 2 equals 0. If I was you, I'll divide both sides by negative 2. So that I'm looking for, see if I can fractal this. I don't think we can, but let's see. Bx squared minus x plus 1 equals 0. So far, so good. Do you guys remember how many ways you can solve a quadratic equation? What is the first thing you think of? Yeah, quadratic formula, right? Everybody's favorite. Now it solves everything. You can apply quadratic formula to any quadratic equation and it'll solve it for you. But sometimes it's faster if you be able to factor it and solve it. I would recommend try to factor it first. If it's not factoring, then use quadratic formula. Sometimes people use quadratic formula for everything, even the easiest problem. And I'll be like, you're using a bazooka to rolls of tape. It's not necessary, right? So this one is a factorable. Can you find two number multiply is 1 and add to negative 1? Multiply to 1, add to negative 1. I don't think so, right? Or if anything multiplied to 1 will be 1 and 1, right? But 1 and 1 is either 2 or 0 if they're opposite sides. So it's not factorable. So I have to use a quadratic formula in this case. Let me remind you the quadratic formula. X equal minus b. Anybody remember? Give it a try. Plus minus. Yeah, minus what? What inside the b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Yeah, I think they have songs about this too, especially high school students. They are all kind of like acronym. You look on YouTube, they have songs about like quadratic formula. I don't know any songs, so I'm not singing it for you, but you can always look it up. Okay, so let's plug it in. I'm going to replace the letter with the parentheses. B is 2 here, and then A is negative 2 down here as well, and C is 2. What I can tell you now, the first thing I look at is under the square root. And when I look at it, I can tell you that there's no x-intercept. Why? Why I'm confident that there is no x-intercept. Oh, did I miss something? AC. Oh, C is negative 2 as well. I forgot a negative here. Right there. Forgot a negative. What is the value under the square root? 2 squared is 4. I have 3 minus, so that become a minus, right? So 4 minus 16, which is minus 12. Can I take a square of minus 12? Well, yes, I can, but it will be what it won't be real number anymore, right? It will be complex number. So let me do this. Ooh. Why so small? All right, so that one right there. So that is imaginary number. Imaginary number require imaginary axes. We on the real axis. That's why the real. Therefore, because it's imaginary, you won't be able to see it. Right? If you can't see it, I mean you don't have the intercept. Right? So no x-intercept. You can stop it right there. Don't do anything else. That's all you have to say, imaginary. Now you plug some point in. I have the vertex is 1/2. Sorry, the scale is so bad. 1/2 and -3/2. So right here, that's the vertex. Another one is what, 0, -2. Again, remember your graph open down, right? It's not going to touch the x-axis. That's why you don't have x-intercept. And then the x-axis of symmetry is x equal 1/2. And I recommend you do axis of symmetry in dashed line. The reason being is that it's something that you do yourself. You're not going to see on the real graph. And make sure you tell me what the vertex is, label it, and then the intercept. So that's what, on the exam, that's what I'm expecting. I'm going to list it out for you. I'm going to list it out like A, and you're supposed to fill in A is either greater than 0 or less than 0, and tell me to up and or down. Right? And then vertex, axis symmetry, those are underlined. I'm going to write out for you. All you do is just fill it in. Okay, I stopped it right here in the morning. We have plenty of time. We have one more lecture on Monday to go through 2.6. And then we have review on Wednesday. Thinking new Kahoot. Okay, we'll stop right here. We can start the quiz early.